Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got some comic book recommendations for you. Alright, so as you guys may have noticed, I finally got a haircut. Well over a year since the last time I got my haircut. Anyway, today we were talking all about comic books. I think I had planned to do this video before somebody asked me about comic books. So let's go ahead and dive into what I've got for my recommendations for you. So the first book that I'd like to recommend to you guys is the Red Robin solo run. This one is actually no longer in print. You can find them at comic book shops still, or read them through Comixology on Kindle. This follows Tim Drake. He's honestly one of my favorite of the former Robins. If you guys didn't know, there are 4 or 5 Robins depending on which continuity you follow through DC. And this is his solo run as Red Robin. This is him doing his own superhero thing as like a young adult. He's honestly one of the most relatable characters. He's funny, he's sarcastic, he's a little bit of a shit sometimes, and he's just kind of a badass, but he kicks ass as a superhero. He's a tech genius. It's such a good series, and I really like the art style in these, and this is where my love for comic books started, and my particular love for DC Comics started. Okay, so the next series that I'd like to recommend is the Percy Thompson Hopcross Gilly tie-in comic book series. So this is a little side story spin-off from the Mercy Thompson series, which follows Mercy, who is a skinwalker, and her husband, who is a werewolf, and it's just such a good, like, urban fantasy book series. And Mercy is one of my favorite characters, and I love all of the werewolves in here. They're so big and, like, fluffy looking that I just want to hug them, even though they'll probably tear somebody's face off. And I really like this comic book series. Okay, so next up I'd like to recommend Red Hood and the Outlaws. This is the New 52 version. I'd like to recommend books, or volume 1 and 2 specifically, because the art style is just gorgeous. And it's just so pretty. Yeah, so this one I really liked getting to know Jason Todd and Ray Harper and Coriander when they're both in costume and out of costume. And, you know, how they formed the Outlaws, and, you know, just Jason Todd's also one of my favorite former Robins. He was actually Robin number 2 from the 80s, and I really enjoyed his character development in this. Also, this is when we get the pretty Jason Todd. Okay, so next up, I know I've been recommending this book a lot lately, but I really enjoyed it, and I really love the art style, and that is Heavy Vinyl. This just has a really cute art style, and it follows this girl who starts working at a record shop, and the record shop is actually a front for this vigilante girl gang. They, you know, help people around their neighborhood, but they also teach self-defense classes, and they go after corrupt record companies, they go after missing pop stars, which is just so cool, and they're just part of this, like, underground, like, vigilante girl gang, and it's so cool. But yeah, this one, I really like the focus on the 90s music and, like, the coloring style, and it's just such a good book series. So last but not least in this comic book recommendation is going to be Teen Titans Beast Boy. I have also recommended this one a couple of other times, but this art style is just so cute and, like, minimalist, and I love this use of color, and I loved getting to know Beast Boy. He was one of my favorite of the Teen Titans from the Teen Titans cartoon from the mid-2000s. And I really like getting to see his origin story, especially being put into, like, a YA context. Or it's just such a cool graphic novel, and I just highly recommend if you haven't read it yet. Alright, so those are my comic book recommendations. Do you guys have any comic book recommendations you'd like to add? Let me know down below. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't already but would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!